The irony. The irony in this episode, dude, is just so real. I mean, we've always heard the reference there cannot be light without dark. There cannot be dark without light. It takes both of those things to make something. It's just about what outweighs what, correct? But to find out that One for All came from All for One, and All for One was there before it, it was the foundation of One for All. It's just something else. And to find out that the older brother forced his powers upon his younger brother, who was someone who he's a person of justice, someone who thought things should not be the way they were, they were at that during that time period, and had totally 180 perspective of what his brother did. Being mean, killing people, doing all these things were not part of his status quo per se, right? And to find out that he had the power to hold power and then give it away, which stockhold means boost it, make it stronger, advance it, and then give it off to someone else that can then make it stronger once again. That's crazy. And to find out, now this is something that a lot of you guys probably didn't even like you knew it was right in front of you, but it's so right in front of you, it kind of didn't even smack you in the face. There have been 8 users of One for All, and the 8th one, All Might, he finally beat All for One. At least he thought he did. All for One still escaped and managed to live, right? Well, we don't know if he escaped, but he managed to live somehow. We don't know the fine details on that. But to find out that we're going on the 9th user, and Deku's probably going to be the one to defeat him, it just shows how strong his character is. Wow. I mean, there's so many different ways to show strength, and there's a lot of times shows drop the ball in terms of how they do show strength. It's just kind of like the strength gap or the skill gap, I guess we'll go with. Like, it's just so like mixed and matched and blurred in. I think Naruto is a perfect example of that. I think Bleach could be a perfect example of that. There's just so many shows. It's like, oh my god, our main protagonist just finally beats this guy that was just so strong, the final boss of an arc, and then he's facing henchmen of the next arc, and he can't even get past him. And it's just kind of like, what? And then all of a sudden, miraculously, he does get past him. Given I love those shows for that, but I'm just saying it's so hard to actually show a skill gap. And this show managed to do that. My Hero Academia, wow. Very impressed on how it managed to do that and how it did do that. The presentation was absolutely flawless, man. But before we even go any further, we already knew the Nomu thing about obviously the power is too great for people and it turned into Nomus. But I want to say the scenes, the Gran Torino scene to the All Might scene, once again, is absolutely beautiful. The choreography is awesome. I absolutely love that. But we find out a sad truth. All Might is dying. And that's going to be the title of this video. If you don't like it, too bad. You should have watched it by now. I'm not watching it until 5 o'clock today. It's a Saturday. You can't be that busy. And if you are, I mean, it's just luck of the draw kind of thing, right? So, he's dying. And usually I hate when people, withhold secrets without proper reasoning. And I think it's a good thing All Might did not tell Deku he's dying, and he wouldn't be there for whenever he got to fight, All for One, because there's so much pressure. He has to become the next hero. He knows All Might's dying in the sense of his heroism, right? He's not going to be a hero much longer. His powers are fading. He's getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and he knows that. Now, if he were to know that All Might would no longer be there for him morally, just physically, it's just that symbolism, man. It's just the fact that you're more comfortable when someone's with you, right? Someone's there. I mean, would you rather be in the dark by yourself, outside in the dark, lost in the middle of lost in the middle of the desert by yourself, or lost in the middle of the desert with maybe a group of friends, or at least your best friend? It's that, it's that security blanket, and All Might's going to be that. And if he's gone, and Deku knows he's going to be gone, and he's thinking about it constantly, he's going to fail to progress as much as he needs to. And if you just subtly hide it from Deku, right? You just hide it from him. Deku can progress without thinking about it. There's going to be less distractions. There's going to be less mental stress on his mind. And there's a lot, I think that's just really kind of like what All Might, he wanted to tell him, but he couldn't. And I understand that, right? I see where that's coming from. It makes sense. And I can't wait to see Deku's face whenever he finds out the cold truths. I mean, I don't mean that in a good way. Like, I can't wait to see Deku's face. Because if if My Hero Academia does something right, if it does something that's just as good as any show just about, I think, would be it making you getting attached to All Might and Deku's relationship. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's ReZero level. I'm so invested in caring about these characters, and I think that, All Might and Deku probably have the best sensei to student relationship in anime. I do. I'm sorry. I mean, I think the relationship is so good. I feel as if every scene, every word of dialogue, every speck of dialogue is just right on point every single time. And I don't know how Bones is able to, choreograph those scenes so perfectly. I don't understand it. I don't know how the mangaka is able to write those scenes so damn perfect. This show just blows me away. It just blows me away every single damn time. And I'm glad I haven't made that top 10 because it's going to be moving up tremendously. But wow, My Hero Academia. You never cease to surprise me, but somehow you always cease to surprise. So we actually do get a little bit more information on the quirk One for All. And that is, no one can take your power, even through the DNA, which is something I think we've all been wondering. No one can steal your power. No, it's impossible. It has to be given willingly. So I have something that's really cool, makes sense, and that's a very good thing. Because obviously, we have, All for One who can steal powers. Just imagine if he stole that power. I mean, basically, I guess at that point, All for One stole these powers given to his brother. It just forced, like, all the powers he had within him into his brothers, into his brother. At least a certain percentage, right? We didn't get that much description. But at least everything he could shove into him, he did. And it's probably just shared his powers. Here, have half my strength. You got everything I have now. Now let's rule this world together. And, of course, he has a quirk called Stockhold, which advances these powers. And I guess when I'm looking at One for All, he's someone who can take powers, but he can't make the quirks any stronger than what they already are, or any stronger than what he is. He can't advance those quirks, unlike All Might, who can make quirks stronger, and his quirks aren't multiple different things. They're all these things that combine into one and became what All Might is, super strength, and basically Superman, right? So that's really cool. But I totally, honestly, like in all seriousness, lost where I was. I'm just getting lost in everything that's happened. But the bear thing, you have to do it willingly. That's really cool. Really enjoyed that. Absolutely awesome. So Gran Torino was really basically an unknown hero, which is something I really do want to talk about next. And that is the fact that he was an unknown hero intentionally. He had to achieve a goal with his quirk, and there's something he was after, which I'm dying to know what his underlying goal or what his overlying achievement he wanted to achieve was, if I said that right. But who gives a shit? You guys know what I'm talking about. But I'm really dying to know what it was. What were you trying to achieve, Gran Torino? Why did you? I mean, being a hero was second to him, clearly. He was a good person. He did like being a hero. Cool. He liked saving people. He knew that was right. He knew it was just. But he had a goal he wanted to achieve. And I'm just dying to know what that goal was. But I mean, other than that, man, I mean, great episode. I think I covered everything. I think. I'm staring at the list. Oh, I forgot one thing. We're closing out the video. I get 95% of people aren't going to be here anyway. So who cares if I look at my notes real quick, right? But, so there was, some foreshadowing in this episode if you guys did and or did not catch that. And that was the simple fact that they're foreshadowing Bakugo's tension and frustration that Deku is growing stronger and stronger at a way, way faster rate than he is. It's clear he stole his moves. He's able to use his quirk consistently now. And only 5%, which holy fucking shit, if he used even, he's just as strong as his classmates, 5%, right? I mean, at least he can hold his own. Todoroki, Bakugo, those two are the only people that would get, could beat him, at 5%. So what if he goes twice as strong? Then I would assume he's on their level. What if he goes 25%? There's still 75% on the table, for God's sake. I mean, holy shit, guys. I mean, so, love this episode. Love the foreshadowing. Great writing. It's not about how, how complex the writing is in the show. It's simply about how, I guess the best, how you present it, how it's presented, how it flows, and this show does it right. It touches the characterization. It does all the, great points in what, should be in literature. It does all those things. It touches on a little bit of everything. So, as always, guys, you guys have been hacked. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Axe25, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.